So, okay. Hi there, everyone. I have with me today Wanda and Joe. Wanda is my coach in our digital business, and I'm really happy to have. I know they have a really busy schedule, so I'm really glad you could make the time to be with us, Wanda.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Yeah. So so just thank you for being here for sure. So Wanda, the first question I'm going to ask you is, having been in the business for about 2.5 years and being a coach, looking back before you started and knowing what you know now, what advice would you give anyone who is sitting on the fence or unsure about joining? How do they get past their uncertainty and, what they are, you feel, just before you getting into it? But I want you to look back with the knowledge that you have now.
Yeah, great loaded question. I would say, you always have that fear of the unknown, right? But really, it's just the unknown. Skeptical or skepticism is just a fancier word for not having all the information, right? But you're never going to know unless you step outside of your comfort zone and actually take the steps to learn. And listen, at the start of this, all we're really asking for is some of your time to actually watch a free live webinar, right? So that you can get that information. If I hadn't set my fears aside and set aside I don't know what people are going to think, I would never be in the position that I am now. And this system is set up that anyone has the opportunity and the potential to be in the position that we are now.
Oh, I truly agree. And I think that anybody can do it, especially with the training that's set up, and it's a really trusting your gut, that this is the right thing for you. And like you say, just go for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're no worse for wear, really. But I always pride myself on, I never wanted to be that person that would be sitting in a rocking chair, God willing, and rocking and thinking, what if I had just gone for it? What if I had just done this? What if I had just found out this? I just didn't want to live life that way. So I just went for it. Sure, I was nervous, but I mean, I'm never going to get anywhere where I want to be unless I actually step outside that comfort zone. And we talk about that a lot because that's the biggest thing that holds people back is stepping outside their comfort zone. And not only this, but in a lot of aspects of people's lives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally get that, Wanda. I don't want to be sitting in my rocking chair either, or wheelchair, or whatever chair I end up being in. And looking back, and having regrets, I just want to go for things, and just do it. So I'm on the same page as you with that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So my next question is for Joe. Wanda has.
You're on.
Wanda has said that you were a little skeptical in the beginning of her getting into this business. How long did you realize this was a good choice? And was there something else that that said to you, this is for us, or this is for Wanda? Oh, I can't hear him.
I'm starting to sound a little bit. I'm going over here and doing something. But I mean, I love her. She does. We'll figure something out. But it's completely unconditional. But as far as returning the money, and it was all little tiny things like that. Jobs together. When I met the people, very shortly after you get
Very shortly.
I think it was end of June you started.
Yeah, and we went in
And-
August.
Went to know the actual physical people. And, you know, that maybe that was the beginning of the big change. I don't know. But, you know,
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
I still love rubbing it in his face, though. I just got to say.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, just that one little thing. I told you so.
Yeah. Yeah, he hides checks on me.
Oh.
We don't want to sound like snobs, and that's really not where this is coming from. But we get paid with checks through the mail. But
Yeah.
he always goes and checks the mailbox. So, like, I'm excited, and I know when I have checks coming, like I have an idea, and he'll come through the door, and I'll say, "So, any checks?" And he's like, "Nope, nothing today." And he'll actually leave me stewing there for a good 15, 20 minutes and then laugh and pull out a check out of his pocket. Oh, yeah. Have you been a good girl? He'll ask me. I'm like, come on.
Like the way he's laughing, he looks like he enjoys that a lot.
He does. It's not funny.
No matter how much trouble I'm in at that point, when I give her the check, it's all over. I'm good again.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. That's great. Okay, so Wanda, how do you balance like working at home and maintaining, you know, your personal relationship with your business relationship?
Sorry, you froze there for a second. So it looked like I was taking a minute to answer. Technology and Wi-Fi works great. So work-life balance. My work comes first. No, I'm just teasing. No, you know what? After a little over 20 years managing a jewelry store and someone telling me what to do with my time and how to spend that time, when I got into this was a lifestyle change for me at the beginning, because Joe was skeptical, right? But I really made sure that I set standards for myself. So many years of working weekends and stuff, when I came into this business and I started to see my success and stuff, I set those boundaries where I don't work on weekends, because I did that since the age of 15.
Yeah.
And, you know, I stopped my coaching calls at 8 p.m. at night here at Atlantic Standard Time, right? So I just really try to have that balance of work and being there for all of you guys. And then the rest of the time I focus on Joe, Jillian, my mom and dad, and my family, right? And I think it's smart to set boundaries for yourself, because we have been under the thumb of so many different people in our careers, right? There's always been someone to tell us what we can do and what we can't do. So I think it's important that you really embrace this. You are your own business owner, so you have every right to make what your time is available and make it yours.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. But I bet you it's hard at times, though, especially being a coach. You probably have a lot of people messaging you and needing help or whatever. Like, I'm sure that's hard.
Nobody messages.
And Christy, you're so sweet, because you really came into this and took control of your business and what that means to you. And I never hear from you. But do I get asked questions? Sure. And I try to make time available for anybody. And that includes messaging you guys back on the weekends too, because I always try to put myself in that person's position. And I've always been this way, where I never want to be left hanging and not knowing what direction or an answer to my question. So I really try hard. And sometimes I get made fun of from the team, because it's like I sit on my phone, but It's just because I really want to be there for you. So it can be tough if I get asked questions when I'm, multitasking other things, especially with this business, because this community is so amazing that I wanted to give back, because it literally changed and saved my life. So I try to give back on the back end, and I help test new coaches coming in to make sure that they have everything they need to run their successful business and be a coach. So I do that as well, but that's just paying it forward, I think, in my mind.
Yeah.
But it takes some getting used to, but you can do it, especially when you enjoy what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can see that for sure. Right. Like you can see that joy when you're like in the business and everything else. And even in yourself, like you can tell that you're really, like you can see that in somebody. Right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you would like our viewers to know that, just off the top?
I know you had asked me maybe to touch base on this before we sign off here, and you're not the only one that's ever asked this. So a lot of people wonder and ask us what it is we actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we look like we're secretive to people, and that's really so not the case. We just want you to take the steps to find it for yourself, because what information was important to me at the time could be totally different information than what you get and what's important to you for you to make your decision. So it's just best that you get all the information, right? But what it is that we do, it sounds funny whenever I say this, but we do attraction marketing. And I think, no, it doesn't mean we find dates for people. But what it means, I know, right? Gosh, we'd be good at that. No, I'm just teasing. It means attraction marketing means that we are attracting other like-minded individuals that always thought about working online for themselves, never had a clue how to do it. So how we do that is we run an ad in social media land, and we talk about our why we ourselves chose to work online, and how we found a system to plug into that allows us to do just that. And that's really what you're doing. You're plugging into an existing proven system that has done all pretty much the setup for you and all of the mumbo jumbo that you wouldn't understand. You're plugging into that and you're becoming your own business owner. So we leave it in the audiences or the individual's hands on whether they want to find out more and take those steps. But that's really all we're doing, is attracting people like yourself to work online and had no clue how to do it.
Yeah. And you're exactly right. That's me to a T. I had no clue.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
Me either.
So it's nice to have that in place for somebody like myself and yourself that can walk you through on how to do it, because otherwise I don't know what I would have done, like how I would have figured it out on my own, right? I probably wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have figured it out.
Yeah, well, me either. And, when we do that by ads, and we don't talk about the system in the ads, because quite honestly, guys, we want you to see us as much as you can in a short 3 or 5 minute clip on who we are and how we actually went about doing this, and hoping that you resonate and trust in us enough at that point to actually go and register for more information. So we're really just focused on you getting to know us in that short amount of time to feel comfortable. We're not in it to just start talking about systems, because really, would you even listen? No, right? So that's why we talk about our why we chose to work online and how we do it.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that. That's perfect. That's exactly, that explains it a lot. So I really appreciate you doing that.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you and Joe, stopped in and took your time to chat with me today. And,
always.
And I'm sure that everybody else out there that's watching really appreciates it too. You're a wealth of knowledge that which is always nice to get somebody with experience, right? Oh, look at Joe back there.
Joe's like, don't tell her that. See, he has limited access, and he says he's the eye candy. Now you know why he has limited access. I'm not even saying about the eye candy, but he did shave for me and you tonight, Krista. So that's a blessing right there. Krista, thank you for asking us. It's always humbling. I hope I can inspire people to take those steps to see if this is for you, because like I said, you're no worse for wear. Krista's amazing mentor. She came in this and boy, she got it right off the bat. So you'd be in great hands with her, and I would love to welcome you on this journey with all of us. So thank you.
And thanks again. And you guys have a great night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.